So for people who aren't already familiar with Babyteeth, how do you introduce this film? What's it all about?
I think Babyteeth is a family drama about addiction. That's how I would describe it. So everyone in the story is coping with a very difficult situation differently, and they're all self-medicating in different ways.
And it's adapted from this stage play that that Rita wrote. So what attracted you to the story, and why do you think it would work so well on the big screen?
Well, the play was on stage in Sydney 7 years ago, and it was turned into a screenplay by the same writer, Rita Carnier, and she always felt like it was cinematic. So in her mind, I think it was always going to translate really well onto screen. And when I came on board, it was already written and already ready to go. So I was just very fortunate to inherit a script that was already so excellent and cinematic.
And talk us through this cast. I mean, you've got Liza right at the centre, and then also Ben Mendelsohn. So, how did you have these people in mind before you started making the film, or how did you work with them to bring your vision to life?
Look, I always start from scratch when I'm casting. Essie Davis was always in mind for the role of Anna, and for me that was just a really easy decision because she's such an incredible powerhouse of an actress in Australia. And then Milla was very challenging to cast because from the moment you meet her, she's transitioning, and to find an actress that could do that was, always going to be something that took some time to find, but Eliza is amazing. And then Toby has an incredible edge to him. He's very organic, very raw, which was what we needed from Moses, and he's actually got an incredibly big heart, which is really important. And Ben Mendelsohn, I mean, there's not too much to say about that other than the fact that, he's really known in Australia for his comedic roles, and I think often, with the work he's been doing lately, it's sort of villain or black sheep, and I just really wanted to remind everyone that he's got incredible comedic chops and is a beautiful father.
And, in some respects it is kind of like a coming-of-age drama, but it's not so conventional. How do you see it in terms of genre, and what kind of inspiration might you have taken for your filmmaking style?
Look, in terms of genre, I still don't actually know, because every time we get asked to explain it's one of those films that when you try to describe it, it just doesn't sound like what the experience is, and so I'm not sure still. What was the other question?
Do you take inspiration from any other films or directors in terms of your style?
Yes. I mean, I love, Lars von Trier was someone I was thinking about a lot during the making of this. Obviously, Andrea Arnold is someone I really respect. I guess the films that I've loved, though, in the last little while are Custody was a beautiful film that I loved, but I love Cassavetes and Handheld and organic performances. Even though we very much did not improvise, we stayed very true to the script. But I love very out-of-the-box performers and a looseness and energy on set, so I try to cultivate that.
How do you see the broader landscape for female film directors just now? It just feel like things have really opened up and to be telling different stories on screen, but have you come across any barriers, or do you think that it's all quite open now?
Oh, look, I definitely did come across barriers. I definitely think it's changing now, which is wonderful. I think finally we're all having, I guess, the same struggles to get films made. Hopefully it's sort of leveling out. It definitely was always about almost being, 10 times better than your male contemporaries in order to kind of be noticed. But I feel like that is shifting, and I'm very grateful for that. It's about time.
What do you hope people are going to take away from watching this film? How do you want them to feel, or what they might feel when they walk out the cinema?
I guess I never make work trying to prescribe what I want the audience to feel. I just hope that they have a really visceral experience that's felt deeper in their bones than just, watching something and sort of politely clapping and exiting the cinema. I just do want them to continue to think about it long after that event of watching it has happened.
Can you quickly tell us anything about doing the third season of Killing Eve, right?
Yeah, I can't give away any storyline, obviously, about Killing Eve, but it's a wonderful project to be on. It's completely bonkers. It's got an amazing cast. The idea of working on a project that's about a psychopath that wears couture, I mean, what is there not to like, So I'm very excited about it. Something that I think overrides the talents of the person. So for me, I just happen to have an amazing team of women that worked on this, but I also have a male editor and a male cinematographer, and they're also wonderful. I've never worked with Ben playing a villain, so I don't know what makes him a good villain, but I think as a person, he's a very generous actor, and he is a very unusual performer. He brings so much authenticity and spontaneity on set. He's very playful, and so that's what makes him also very comedic, and his instincts are unusual, and that's what I want. I want something that's going to be different and not the kind of performance that we've seen a million times. So Look, Ben loves pop music and pop culture, and he's kind of a pro in those areas. So he'll often come to set with a boombox and be singing and dancing, and it brings an amazing energy to set. But yeah, he often just starts singing the lyrics in the middle of a scene, which is just hilarious. He's a great energy to have. I loved it. Very childlike. Yeah. Oh, look, all I can say is that the third season is going to be more exciting than what's come before. That's always what they're trying to do and top the show. And it's always going to be surprising. It's a brilliant series. I'm so honoured to have been chosen to be on it. And no, I'm not going to give anything away.